Time's up, I done touchdown. I'm high stepping for the touchdown. I stay repping for the slums where the young bucks started loaded up just to bust rounds.
Now for part 2 with Titan safety Michael Griffin, covering the Jaguars and Texans in preseason. And football starts this week, so make sure you tune in next week for week 1. We are back.
You know, speaking of teams that make you drink, Justin Gunsaulus.
Hello.
How you doing, Justin?
How did the Jaguars preseason game go today? Because that team definitely makes people drink.
We talked about it. What was it, Monday or Tuesday? That you draft a guy to be the guy, and then you give me 50% of the snaps with the ones in camp. But then you trade Gardner Minshew, right? And then he gets a couple of days, with the ones, and he comes out looking awesome. Yes, it was against the 2s and the 3s with the Cowboys, but overall, I'm impressed. He looked, as in Trevor Lawrence, looked sharp. The
Isn't
2
the
touchdowns.
Cowboys ones don't the Cowboys ones look like everybody else's 2s or mine?
Well, we wouldn't know. The Jaguars didn't play them even.
Yeah.
Maybe their 2s are better than their 1s.
I like Trevor Lawrence. I like him. I like him. I think I like him. It just
But
Go ahead, get it out.
Come on.
the organization.
No holds barred. Let's do it.
It's that type of podcast.
This is the thing, and this is what I always say about a lot of quarterbacks that come out of college.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the quarterback or is it the people that's around them?
Well, I mean, he's not going to have ETN around him anymore.
No. Yeah, true. Give me a good example.
I'll give you a good example. Okay, for instance, right?
Yeah.
You look at Tua, right?
Yeah.
Name every goddamn receiver that was around him.
That is true. And he has one of them on his roster right now.
And then you go back and you're like,
Tim Tebow.
Yes. Go through it and you're like, well, damn, is he really that good? Or was it just
Johnny Football? Johnny Manziel?
He didn't have no receivers, though. Johnny Football.
He had Mike Evans.
He had Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. I thought he got Mike Evans with the Texans.
Literally, just throw it.
Yeah, I forgot he had Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Just throw it. Yeah. What do you think everybody do with Mike Evans right now? Hey, just throw it.
Throw it. I'll go
Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston has had his best statistics just throwing it.
Yeah. Well, that's what Tom Brady. Tom Brady threw a lot of picks.
James Winston's also had his worst statistics just throwing
Mike
it.
Yes, he throws 5 picks and he throws for 500 yards. But he threw it to Mike Evans. It was simple.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest.
We're going to get picked off, but damn it, we're going to get a few completions.
Well, we talked about that.
Touching this ball, damn it.
We talked about that on the last maybe it was the last podcast. Maybe it was the last podcast, but at some point, that's kind of like what the ETN pickup was to kind of make him feel comfortable and who was around him. But yeah, I think, go ahead, Justin. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I do think there's a level of, where we could say systematic, you can call it whatever you want to in college, where guys are always going to excel just because of the competition they're playing around or whatever. But I think we can all agree that, there is a certain level of play that fits in the NFL. And if those guys can accomplish it against other college teams of the same caliber in like the ACC, the SEC, the Big 10, the Big 12, which those teams, in my opinion, I'm not a player, okay? I'm a fan, but
Don't you do it.
Outside looking in, those programs are not, your FAU or your, whatever. North Dakota State University, sure. And those teams, like the people they're pumping out now, I mean, you look at Alabama, you look at Clemson, you look at these teams that they're pumping out, like you said, the first round picks that, some of these teams that are in these leagues are close to, I won't say NFL ready, but they have talent to that caliber.
Listen, now when you say, okay, let me ask you this question.
Yeah, hit me.
Say this.
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks out of SEC has really panned out?
Well, I mean, not many. I mean, not.
Good question. No, you just
Tim Tebow, because
is Joe Burrow going to pan out, Michael?
Is Joe Burrow going to check? I think Joe Burrow had, but I mean, Joe Burrow had to actually find an opportunity to get on the field.
Yeah.
No, listen, Tim Tebow was a quarterback. Then he played in MLB and came back as a tight end. That's what he
had. Listen, let's get this right. Joe Burrow had to find an opportunity to get on the field.
Hold on now. I mean,
by transferring.
Did he find an opportunity to get on the field? Did he have to find an opportunity to get on the field?
He had to go to another place, but he didn't go to like, South Florida International. He went to LSU. He went to a team that pumps out first-round picks like crazy.
Yes, you're 100% right. And he played on the team with how many first-round receivers? Keep it going. And he
every year.
And he went. Wait. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And he went toe-to-toe with who? Go ahead. No, he went toe-to-toe with who? Against Texas.
Texas. Yeah. Sam Ellinger.
He went toe-to-toe.
I know he got hurt, but before he got hurt, would you say he was still looking like a first-round pick from the SEC that's going to pan out, or a quarterback from the SEC that's going to pan out? He looked good in Cincy before he got hurt.
It's just
wasn't that what you're saying? Is that the SEC isn't pumping out great quarterbacks? And I was like, Joe Burrow, I think.
Okay, so that's one.
I mean, listen. When I say this to say,
all right,
the jury is still out. I mean, yes, he did great. He did good last year. He did, but the jury's still out. Like, we're not going to act like he just like he's on. Like, I mean. You gonna take Joe Burrow? You taking Andrew Luck? Let's be honest, right now.
Ooh, I'm taking
Andrew Luck. I'm taking Joe Burrow because he wants to play.
Yeah, I'm taking Luck.
Ooh, okay. When Andrew Luck wanted to play,
yeah, obviously.
Who you taking?
When Andrew Luck beats you every year, twice a year guaranteed, I'm taking Andrew.
So real talk, who you want to take? Andrew Luck? You taking Andrew Luck or Joe Burrow? Tell the truth.
Andrew Luck.
Well, Andrew Luck had like a lot of hype going to him, more than like anybody had for a long time.
But we're not over here acting like, oh my God, I get it. His argument was SEC is pumping out guys that are ready.
Whoa, no.
Wait a minute.
That was not my point. My, and I said ACC too. My point was, and I'm not this SEC versus other conferences prima donna. What I am saying is just the systematic type of quarterback, someone like a Kellen Mond. Okay, great example, right? He fits in a system at Mississippi State that went really well. All right, is that going to transition that type of play in the NFL? I don't know. Okay,
I think Kyler Murray did.
Well, it's yet to be seen. I mean, how many playoff games have they went to?
Kyler Murray, the same coach that he played with in college.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Kyler Murray was under Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, he went to OU. What's his name came from Texas Tech.
Yeah, that's Patrick Mahomes' coach, right?
That's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So my point is taking a guy that's in a system that transitions well, Trevor Lawrence at Clemson, to the NFL, which I think is great. That, hey, I do think Trevor Lawrence can be a guy that is successful at the next level. Can Joe Burrow do that as well? Yeah, I 100% agree too. And it's not because they're from the SEC, because, Joe Burrow is on an SEC product. He spent 3 years at Ohio State, then transferred to LSU and got behind a pretty good young offensive coordinator, but a young offensive minded scheme down there. And, he got drafted and he was successful. All I'm saying is that yes, the Johnny Manziels of the world that are systematic quarterbacks, that when the play breaks down and they have a prolific receiver to throw the ball up to and catch it, isn't going to transfer well in the NFL. Does it make Trevor Lawrence's case that he had like a T. Higgins and he had these other receivers, running backs? Yes, it did elevate his play, but I think his talent in itself transitions well to the NFL versus someone like a systematic quarterback.
I think Joe Burrow will play for. I really think he will play for a long time in the NFL. I'm not going to knock him. I think he will play for a long time in the NFL.
And let's be honest, we really can't judge Johnny Manziel's play in the NFL because of the drugs.
I think that quarterback that just came out of Alabama this year is the best quarterback they have had.
Mac Jones.
Pro stop.
Yeah.
Who?
Pro
Mac
stop.
Jones.
Mac Jones? Oh, yeah,
I think he's the best quarterback.
Does he beat out Cam?
Huh?
Does he beat out Cam right now?
I think they should sit him a year.
I think if things get ugly, he comes in. But I don't think he's going to start. I don't think he's going to start the season off. I think if things get ugly, we're going to have to start preparing for next year because we just dumped all this money into all these weapons. And we're going to have to go ahead and say, let's go ahead and move on. But I think he is actually the best quarterback out of all the quarterbacks that have came out of Alabama. I think he is the best quarterback that they have produced ever.
Just Alabama.
Like, all these guys, Tua and everybody else, I was never sold on them.
Yeah. The one thing you gotta think about Trevor Lawrence is he spent 3 years at Clemson behind an offensive line that was basically a brick wall, right? He's got to go into a situation, and that plays into that.
But I would say this: when you watch him as a freshman, he showed a lot of potential, a lot, and so. To his defense, yes, I think he's capable of being a good quarterback. The sky's the limit for him. I also think when you look at, Joe Burrow, I think the sky's the limit for him. But a lot of times people get the miscue of like, just because you're in the SEC, you're ready. And I just hate that aspect of like, this is the best division.
Hold on. That was never my point.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying, you hear it so much. Yeah. This is the best division.
Yeah, aren't you a Seminoles fan, Justin?
You hear it and you're like, why? Because you got Alabama or because you got Georgia or Florida? But then it's weird because you're like, Texas beat Georgia. Well, they didn't really want to play. What do you mean?
No. My only point was the SEC pumps out talent that is NFL, I won't say ready, but draft capital wise.
But we say that SEC pumps out talent.
Yeah.
Problem is, but the talent is coming from all over, right?
Well, I'm not saying it's steady. I'm talking about the teams that they come from and the program they're in. Not. I don't care about geographic location.
But really, you're only talking about what, 2 or 3 teams in the SEC?
I'd probably say 4.
Okay, and the SEC is made of what, 12?
Well, you might be you might be in the SEC here pretty soon. So.
Right.
We will be 14.
Huh?
There's 14 teams.
14. So the talent comes from what? Alabama and LSU.
Okay.
Some Georgia.
Then you get Florida, then you got Georgia.
Some sprinkles.
And some South Carolina sprinkled in there as well.
We got DBs only.
Oh yeah.
And one receiver right there.
Javon Kinlaw, pretty good too. But hey, I digress. I'll say this:
we have gotten really off task.
Yeah, I know. This is my last point, and I'll move on. Is that the best quarterback the SEC's produced in the last 20 years was Matt Stafford? Okay, and that's hands down. That's the only one.
What did you say?
Matt Stafford is what he said.
The best quarterback the SEC has produced in the last 20 years is Matt Stafford.
That's actually
Yeah, tell me I'm wrong. I'm not.
Well,
20 years ago was Eli was within 20 years.
Well, I mean, Peyton, yes, but I'm talking about.
But that wasn't 20 years ago. That was within 20 years.
Just outside.
Eli,
right.
Eli won 2 Super Bowls.
Right. But anyways, to recap the Jaguars, and this is the last thing I'll say, is that I was happy with the play of Trevor Lawrence. James Robinson is my boy. ETN being out sucks. I get it. O-line.
Feel bad for him.
Yeah, O-line, we had a big hitters out like Linder, Norwell. Cam Robinson did not start, but the O-line looked well against the 2s and the 3s of the Cowboys. And lastly, the defense, Clavon Chason, my man, and CJ Henderson, I think submitted himself as the number 2 and taking Sidney Jones out as the number 2 corner, and he will start. And I am looking forward to it getting Josh Allen back because him, and also this is the last one, Devon Hamilton is an animal inside. So I'm really happy where the defense is trending, but I think start week 1, the offense is going to be about 2 steps ahead of the defense, and it's going to take about week 4 before we see the defense take hold and where they're going to be.
I just need to give credit.
If Wingard makes the 53-man roster, I'm no longer going to be a Jaguars fan.
Can I add? Just want to piggyback what you said earlier, Justin.
Sure. Yeah, hit me.
Matthew Stafford from Texas.
Hey, Texas, baby.
Hey, I was trying. So what I was trying to do is to softball it up for you. That way we could go full circle, and then and then we can hit the Texans.
So you know.
All right. Yes. Hey.
It was an elaborate segue. It was an elaborate segue.
And Andrew Luck is from Texas too.
Okay. You know what? No, there was a few segues in that. Okay. Matthew Stafford's from Texas.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks from Clemson. If the shit hits the fan, we need backup.
Quarterbacks.
Hey, FYI.
If the shit hits the fan, we need backup.
Hey,
that's
you know
all.
right now. Westlake's starting quarterback, which is the same school that Nick
Sam went to. And Nick
went to. Westlake's quarterback is actually committed to Clemson also.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying there's three things that all of those have in common.
I can think of
Right?
a Clemson quarterback as well.
John.
Bro.
God. There's three things that those all have in common. Okay.
Yeah.
Stafford's from Texas. If the shit hits the fan, we need a backup. And Clemson, and that's Deshaun Watson in the Houston Texans. Okay.
Oh God.
Bam, bam, bam.
Boom, boom, boom.
Matt, you got a good rape story for us this week?
Whoa.
Damn, Sam.
I'm just kidding. I think he's innocent. Go on.
Jeez.
Matt or
Holy shit.
I mean, it's the same story. Is he going to get traded? Is he not going to get traded? Sources say they are. Sources say he's not.
He'd be in Miami taking over another Alabama quarterback.
I think so too. Sadly, I think the Alabama quarterback is going to be on this roster, and I really don't want him.
Sorry.
I really don't want him.
What is the rumors? It's like three first round,
2 seconds, and Tua. I don't want it. I don't want Tua.
You're not Nick Casario, so it doesn't matter.
You don't want it.
Well, it doesn't mean I still don't want it. I mean, you don't want
take
it
that draft capital.
You don't want it, but you're gonna get it. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'd rather have Tyrod Taylor start over Tua. I trust him more.
Hey, I like Tyrod. I hate what happened to him last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
terrible. I don't think anybody's happy.
He
Like,
has
everybody hates that.
Stuck him with a needle in his lungs. Can't breathe.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, the worst. He has such high potential ever since that 2015 year with the Bills when it took him to playoffs, but just kept getting hurt.
Dude, let me tell you what we did to him. Everybody knows Tyrod Taylor's like athletic, can run. Our coach, D coordinator, Lord have mercy, calls 2-man. I'm playing safety. So, of course, playing 2-man, everybody underneath is chasing their receivers deep on 3rd and long. I'm the safety. I'm like, Coach, this is the dumbest call. You got 5 people with their backs turned chasing the receivers, and you got us playing deep. Tyrod takes off running. I'm screaming to the DBs and the linebackers, turn around. He's running. He gets a first down on 3rd and 23. He just runs.
Sounds like the 2020 Titans defense.
Coach, can you stop calling the stupidest call? So the last time we did it, I checked out of it. Coach is like, why did you check out of it? Because did you not see what happened last
Because it was the right thing to do.
Checking out. No. Check. Hey, cover 3, guys. Look at him. No.
So, Matt, I actually have an update for you that just came out 1 minute ago about Deshaun Watson. While we've been on this podcast.
Breaking news.
They reportedly balked at the high price for Deshaun Watson. They don't like how much he's going to cost. They're looking.
I don't think anybody should like how much that's going to cost.
Yeah.
Wizard report already. They said that yesterday.
The Dolphins.
$10.54 million.
I mean, yeah. If you don't know if he's starting,
This isn't from a rumor mill either. This is from Yahoo. So it's getting more and more real every day.
Okay.
So how do you guys move on though? Like how did preseason look? If Watson doesn't play, how do you guys move on?
Look, I've been saying for however long he's not going to play a down for the Texans. He said it. He's not going to play another down for the Texans.
Yeah, he wants out too.
Right. Like I said, I just been saying this.
Yeah.
So Tyrod Taylor is your go-to guy until he gets hurt or doesn't produce. He looked good. The running game actually looked real good. David Johnson had 7.3 yards per carry. Again, it's against 3s and 4s, but I mean, it's happy to see. The thing I'm excited about is this Tampa defense, man. They're Charles Menu, you and Harish's guy.
Hey,
had 2 sacks.
From where?
I mean, had 2 sacks. Dudes, the attacking the quarterback is going to be great. I think Lonnie Johnson is going to be an underrated safety. I think he's going to have a big year this year, especially in that Tampa defense. So,
hey, answer this question: why did y'all have Justin Reed kicking?
Fairbairn's got hurt.
Oh,
yeah, Fairbairn's hurt. So I don't know if he's coming back or not.
That's my fantasy. That's always my fantasy kicker. Damn.
Mine too. You know,
I will say this though. That was an impressive kick by Reed,
wasn't it? That's what I'm saying.
Hey, that's some strong hamstrings, right?
I never knew this, but he actually kicked it in high school and college. So that's
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
hey, just so you know he was coached by the best, right? In college, he was coached by my defensive back coach too. So we would add him to the DBU, Justin Reed. We would add him to the real DBU. We would add him.
I think Justin Reed and Lon Johnson are going to be the two top safeties in the division. They're really good. And there's Lovie Smith.
You add a little too much now to it. Top safety.
Hold on now. There's a lot of talent in our division.
They gonna get a lot of action though. I don't know top. They gonna get a lot of action though.
What was Lovie Smith known for? Taking the ball away.
He is definitely known from that Tampa 2, and he's definitely known his safeties are definitely great in that defense.
Lovie Smith knows how to coach a defense.
Right. So I mean,
nobody bit.
That's the only thing I can look up to. Michael, don't take that from me, man. I have nothing but trash to look forward to. You know,
I'm just mad. I'm looking at your background, the strength coach.
Hey, that's how Bill O'Brien makes me feel. I feel like crying Michael Jordan. You know,
man. Bill O'Brien ended y'all before he got out.
Dude, for real. Like the Joker meme where he lights the hospital on fire and walks away.
Bill O'Brien reminds me of my man Denzel Washington in Training Day. Like,
oh shit!
Straight up,
King Kong.
Oh no!
Like y'all ain't. Let me trade y'all's best player out of here.
What happened?
Hold on a second.
Michael, the true story is him and Chip Kelly were at a party, and Chip Kelly says, "Man, I'm the worst GM ever in sports history."
He said,
Bill O'Brien said, "Hold my beer." And made that trade the next day.
Well, yeah, and then he called Doug Marone up on the phone and said, "Hey, we're best friends. Do you want to make your team shitty like mine?" He said, "Sure."
No,
because that's exactly what happened.
Literally, because
they are best friends.
Why he was like upset because my man had all his baby moms and everything else. I don't get it. Like,
can I tell you something? The entire time you were talking about, I felt insensitive, so I didn't say it when you were telling the story about having to fly every Friday to go to court. I was like, damn, I wonder about DeAndre Hopkins. And how many times in my head I was thinking, I wonder if he ever had to fly to court, because that would be a lot of flying.
Nah, listen, he might be all right. He killed more people. He got more money than that guy. So he probably had a private jet or something. He put all the kids on one plane.
Right. Well, I can answer why that, because he had a stupid assistant GM and Jack Easterby, and he's a acquired
still
boy.
there.
Yeah, he's still there. I don't know why, but Michael, my question to you, I got a story behind it.
Yeah, we'll get this last question and then we'll wrap it up.
November 28th, 2010, playing the Texans, down 20-10. Andre Johnson, Cortland Finnegan, go to blows. Tell me, man, how was it? How was it on the field, bro? You got. I mean, I know Cortland is your man, but come on, man, tell us the story, bro. How was it?
Man, real talk. This is a story. No BS. If I'm lying, I'm lying. Listen. So we in the middle of this game, right? And Cortland, if you know him, you know him. And so the game, they kept they do the extracurricular stuff. So early in the game, Andre do a reverse. Cortland get a good hit on Andre. Good hit. I'm like, Cortland, you ain't even supposed to be there over there. Why did you go up on one side of the field to the other to go make this hit? Great tackle, right? So another play happens. Andre kind of does a little extra on Cortland. I don't know. Next thing I know, Cortland gets, if you watch the play, I'm telling you, if I'm lying, I'm flying. He does this stance like a sprinter stance. He looks at me and he winks. And I'm like, what the hell is he about to do? So y'all run the ball to the left. I go over there, whatever. I look, I hear the crowd getting loud. I'm like, why is the crowd getting loud? I look to the right. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? These dudes is going at it. So I go over there. At the time, y'all had Casey Stutter, former teammate of mine.
Welcome, Horns.
Frank Ocam, another former teammate of mine, who's actually a D-line coach for the Carolina Panthers. I go over there. I'm trying to break it up. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I just like everything. They grabbing an A grip. Chill out. I'm like, dude, I ain't trying to get in the middle of this. I'm trying to figure out what this dude. It's just like, it's just hilarious. Like, if anybody looks at the YouTube, they can see it. It's just like, this can't be real. This literally can't be real. And then it was just funny because it's like, if you know Andre, you know that like he is the quietest dude ever. He just plays football. And afterwards, he'll like shake your hand, slap you on the butt, tell you good job, whatever it is. And it was weird because we actually went to they had the NBA All-Stars in Houston. And he was like, I was thinking like, dude, don't like no Tennessee Titan player, especially all this happened. And he was like, Griff, what's up? I'm like, oh, what's up? Like, you know me? He's like, bro, you ain't gonna holler at me? I'm like, bro, I just thought whatever you and Cortland got going on. Like,
thought it was still me.
You felt like everybody's a part of this. He's like, nah, bro, like literally, I just can't stand him. He's just so irritated. Like, honest, truthfully, no BS. If you know Cortland is like the most genuine guy that you will ever meet. Like, he's one of those guys that would do anything and everything for you. Very involved in the community. He's just that guy.
But when it comes down to game, it's time to game.
Oh,
They just didn't mesh.
Like, the way he plays a game, his game plan is, I'm going to figure out whose skin I can get underneath, and I'm going to do it all game.
Oh, man.
See, that's the thing. Everyone always talks about how he got punched or what all that stuff. I think that Cortland Finnegan successfully got inside Andre Johnson's head.
Yeah,
and that's a victory for Cortland Finnegan.
Well, that was the Jalen Ramsey, AJ Green fight because that was out of character for AJ Green.
No, but you know what? The best fight that ever, I'm going to tell you, the best fight in the league ever may be a Khalid Talib versus Michael Crabtree.
That was some hate.
Like, that there, you rip somebody's chain off, and like that there is like on a whole nother level. Like a whole like you really ripped somebody's chain off.
Well, who was it last year? Was it Golden Tate and Jalen Ramsey had some blood feuds?
Yeah, you know why. You know why, right?
It's like some baby mamas going on something.
No, Jalen Ramsey has a child with Golden Tate's sister.
That's what it is. I was like, there's something going on there.
He has 2 kids with Golden Tate.
2 now, yeah, 2. And then still left her when he went to LA for a stripper and then talked shit to Golden Tate all the time. Dude, I beat his ass too. Fuck that guy.
Nah, man, you can't listen. At the end of the day,
yes, I can.
No. I got daughters, and I tell my daughters all the time, listen, at the end of the day, like, if you're going to get involved with, because, okay, piggyback that. Golden Tate supposedly is the reason why Russell Wilson left his wife, because supposedly he was messing with his wife, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Golden found his way around.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, like, you had
that's his sister. Come on,
you had a kid, yeah, but you doing the same crazy.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
Supposedly. So at the end of the day, it's like, yo, listen. To me, I'm like, yo, if that's what you're gonna get involved with, you gotta figure that out. I ain't got time. Ain't no point getting out of the middle of that. You left my sister for this and this and that. Man, you can't force no relationship.
Yeah, but it's Jalen Ramsey. Come on.
Hey, he 100.
I'm bitter. Whatever.
He 100. And her child support should be good. She should be okay.
Yeah, right.
Hey.
Her child, she should be happy. Her child.
You should be rooting for Jalen Ramsey because that kid's gonna be taken care of.
Keep it going, baby. We ain't together. Keep it going, because I promise you, there's some women out there right now that got kids with some people that's gonna get cut today and tomorrow and the day after, and they child support is gonna go from looking okay to looking like nothing. Like, damn, he wasn't
First time.
True.
It
Hey,
happens.
Sam.
He's right again. God damn it, Michael.
Yeah, you got to pick the right one, not the wrong one. Not about,
I'm gonna need to see your 40-yard before we decide to have a child, please.
that 40-yard don't mean nothing.
I think that's what who's the Kardashian mom? I think she looks at the 40-yard dashes before she.
I don't do that. I got to look at your 401k and I got
Credit score.
you better look at what they filed for taxes last year.
Did you buy any stock in GME by chance?
I did not.
To the moon.
In 2008, like the market was down in Texas, and if you live here in
I
Texas,
was down everywhere.
but if you're here in Texas right now, especially Austin, you know what things are going for. So in 2008, when the market was down, I literally bought a bunch of property, a bunch of rental properties and stuff like that. So right now, I'm just
You banking.
Sweet. You got any on Airbnb? Hook me up.
Good market now. Yeah.
Well, does anybody else have anything else to add before we log this thing off?
I had
this
one.
evening?
We're talking off. Why don't we just keep going?
I mean, I don't care. We can.
Hey, to piggyback on my Andre Johnson story, does he make the Hall of Fame next year, or does he wait?
If he don't, God, Lord have mercy. I don't know why not.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
Sam, I know that like we had it's a Titan thing, but we didn't really talk about the preseason game. Maybe DC could shed some light on that for the Titans preseason game.
Well, I don't really have much to say about it. I checked the game out yesterday while I was out. The Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yum.
They a
Damn,
sponsor?
double whammy.
Hold on, say that again.
Not a
Where
sponsor.
you at, DC?
Good.
Where I'm at,
Yeah.
like currently located in Jersey.
Oh,
You never heard of Pluckers, Michael. Don't worry about it.
no, we got pluckers here. No pluckers.
I know.
Yeah,
That's all it's at. They don't know where it's at.
They don't know what pluckers is.
I became a Titans fan because Eddie George and Javon Curse are like my two favorite players, and Javon Curse like probably had the best rookie year defensive player ever had. So, to me,
Step for me.
There was some other news out of the Titans this
he
week.
had 14 and a half sacks.
My rookie was that good, but I will say though, I mean, you got Bosa, you got the Bosa brother with San Fran. He
had 14 and a half sacks his rookie year.
You're right, but this.
You're right.
Understand, I keep trying to explain to you, like social media, what it is like it is now.
That's true.
Social media a little different right now. Like, if you say that to people, this is the crazy part. I tell people this all the time. People be like, oh my, like my son, right? I got a 13-year-old son. He watches football. He loves football and everything else.
Who's his favorite team?
Oh, right now he's like an Odell Beckham / Jalen Ramsey's fan. Like he loves it, right?
Beat him. Beat him.
He's like a fan. He took a picture with him, and I'm like, son, like I'm not your favorite player. He's like, nah, dad, like you suck.
That's what kids do. They rebel against the parents.
Always rebel. Like daddy ain't shit. Like that's
what they do.
My daughter does the same thing. She plays like travel soccer and shit. And like she's on like I think her team is ranked. Last time they was ranked number 13 in the country. And she and I'm trying to explain to her, like, yeah, dad used to play soccer too when he was younger. And I show her how to kick and shit. She's like, dad, you ain't shit. Like, to my kids, daddy ain't shit. Like, you ain't shit. Dad.
They'll come back.
No, listen, dad ain't shit to them.
Not right now, but they'll come back.
Like, listen, I hope this ain't on Facebook and we get on Facebook jail. But like, daddy ain't shit to them.
Oh no, they don't care about that.
Yeah.
Not at all. So literally, dad ain't shit. And so, like, they play football, and it's like, dad ain't shit. You know what you talk about? Jalen Ramsey do it like this. I'm like, nah, son, listen. He's like, no, this is dad. You ain't shit. You can't do it like Jalen Ramsey. All right, cool. So, to say that, like, literally, like, these kids these days, and you look at, like, what's all going on and everything, it's crazy. Like,
We need to get him a better role model, though.
It's a popcorn generation, man. You know, they just going with whatever they see.
What you mean a better, like, literally, what you mean a better generation? Like,
no, popcorn generation. Popcorn generation.
I'm trying to figure out what Samantha's talking about. A better, like,
a better role model than Jalen Ramsey.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, why?
Because Jalen Ramsey did what was good for him.
Dude, he's the
and
first,
she doesn't like it.
He's the first $100 million.
I don't like that lady. Okay.
Listen,
she's salty.
He got a baby mama with like another player's sister, and he's $100 million. Like,
Listen, you want to know why I don't like Jalen Ramsey?
Why? Because he said we're gonna win the Super Bowl and it didn't happen.
And then he didn't do it, Michael Griffin.
Well, listen,
I cried literal tears of joy.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was so cold outside. He said, we're going to go to the Super Bowl and we're going to win that bitch. And a single tear fell down my face. And then it didn't happen.
You should be happy that you actually had an opportunity to do that shit. Like, I never had that opportunity. Like, the Titans came close when they, played the Chiefs. And I like, is it bad that like the Titans are playing the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl? And I'm at my like daughter's like flag football game. And I'm like, hey, come on, let's get this shit over with. Like,
sound like
it's time to go. Go and beat him real quick. Let's go home.
I'm like, come on, kid.
No, you want to know why I don't like Jalen Ramsey, and I don't know if his attitude has changed now that he's not in Jacksonville. I mean, I will say this: I forgave him more when he came out with the reason why, because for years he never said why he asked for that trade. And I've been a diehard fan my whole life. I've had season tickets since #96. So
not your whole life.
You're like one of the 50.
Listen, they didn't get here till '95. I was 9 years old. Leave me alone, Jon Ha. So that it stung a little bit when he asked for that trade. And I respected him more when he came out and said why. But the reason why I have such an issue with him really is because of his attitude when he was here. Like, he was a lot more talkative on social media, once again, back then. And for example, he had written something, and somebody else that I know that's a season ticket holder was like, her son was also obsessed with him. And he was like, that was his role model. And so she wrote him and was like, hey, as a mom, you probably won't see this, but as a mom, I just want to let you know you have little boys looking up to you and you're putting this kind of stuff on social media. And he said, fuck off, bitch. And I was like, oh.
I think I remember you telling that story.
Yeah, I heard this story.
And I was just like, just don't say anything.
We don't believe it unless you show it.
I did see it. She showed me her DMs from Jalen Ramsey checkmark.
Are they still there?
It was on Instagram.
Yeah, she said the blue check. Anyway, well, I will say this because I know him and I know him since he was in high school.
Well, tell him that wasn't cool.
Okay.
That'll be the first thing, Hunter.
But I go back to, and it's not an excuse, but I go back to say this. What's the first thing we started this whole thing off with? You give a 21, 22-year-old guy, young man, a lot of money. And at that moment in time, he may believe that he made it.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that he believed in his morals may go out the door until he actually finds himself.
Well, since you know him, you can also tell him this. My daughter was conceived the night of the Jaguars, Baltimore Ravens game in London, and I named her London. So, and I had her gender reveal at the AFC Championship game, and I almost named her middle name Ramsey, but I'm glad I didn't now. So.
Is that the same night when you said your back was hurting too?
It's been hurting ever since. These damn kids.
Where's the husband at? Where's he at?
He's passed out. You don't want to listen to this garbage.
Oh, you don't want to listen to it?
No.
That's great. That has been heard ever since.
But no, I almost made her middle name Ramsey. So,
but I agree with you, Michael. Though, but back when we were that young, you couldn't tell us what to do either. So I was 21, 22 when I got drafted, and I when I seen my bank account, it was like, what are you gonna tell me? Like, right. Not even with money, like. When I met my first ex-wife, everybody told me not to do it. I was like, well, I'm not I'm 21. I do what I want. I should have listened to people. Like, for real.
He said his first.
You gotta make it.
You should listen to him. You said it was your ex-wife.
Yeah. That's what I said. I should listen to people, but I was like, no, I do what I want.
You're right. I should listen to my son's mother. My son's mother. I should listen to everybody. I didn't do it.
But we were young, right? We were dumb and young.
I guess I'll never be at that level of finances where I just look at my bank account and go, oh my God, you can't tell me nothing. Except for maybe when I got my stimulus. Oh my God. Look
you
at
can't
me.
tell me shit.
I got all these kids. You can't tell me nothing.
I got a stimulus too. My wife don't know.
Oh.
She didn't get one?
I was like, this is what y'all feel like? Oh, this is awesome. Something I wasn't counting on.
Right? Exactly.
This is awesome.
Cash it and go spend it.
Hey.
That's to stimulate the economy. That's what we got to do. You know what I use mine for? I bought Trevor Lawrence a chopping block. No, I bought Trevor Lawrence a chopping block, remember?
Shit, that's right.
From his wedding registry.
Huh?
Don't get her started.
Why you buying stuff when he already got everything he needs?
Well, see, okay,
she
no.
thinks it'll give her an in to talk to him somehow.
Hold on. When you come to do ball,
Samantha, let me ask you a question.
Right,
Samantha, let me ask you a real loud question.
Can I tell you what the gift note said first?
No, let me ask you this question.
No.
Real talk.
Okay.
Don't lie.
Don't laugh or lie.
Don't lie.
Don't
Either.
lie. Okay.
If you had a chance with Trevor Lawrence, would you take that chance?
No.
Because he's a baby?
Yeah. And he looks like my son. My son's got blonde hair and like he's just so young and no. No.
Not blonde. You'll use that little boy.
No.
You'll use that little boy.
Plus I saw that video of that girl that looks just like him and now I can't stop picturing it every time I see him.
right?
Every time I see him, I think of that girl every time. Now, Gardner Minshew, stop. Let me stop.
Oh, you all in, huh?
That mullet gets it done. It lights your fire.
No, it was not the mullet.
That was definitely the mullet.
The shotgun and the Gatorade is what got her.
That's what it was.
But you gonna still follow his career? Or you gonna let it go?
No, I let it go. Just like I let Tim Tebow go when he was no longer on my team because I'm a Gator fan.
He's gonna look all right in Philly, I think, if he get an opportunity.
I mean, hey.
Is somebody explaining to me the Tim Tebow playing tight end thing?
No, I'm not talking about this time. I'm talking about I'm a Gator fan.
Oh,
the second he wasn't my quarterback anymore, I didn't care.
Okay.
I was like, whatever. He's not my quarterback. It is what it is. I thought it was ridiculous when they brought him. Actually, they announced that on the Rashad Jennings episode, and he was drafted, I think, the same draft class, right? Or was it the year before? And he was like, what? And I was like,
yeah.
Did you imagine going back right now? He was like, no.
Jaguars, did the Jaguars organization really sell? Did that really happen?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They sold a lot.
Of course they did.
I literally called that. I said they put Tim Tebow on the team. They're going to keep him on the team, and they're going to drop him after the first preseason game, and that's exactly what happened. And it's kind of like to close that because you know how many Jaguars fans have been asking for that.
Do you think it's because of that block?
Millions off of that's great.
What did you say, Michael? Do
you think it was because of the block that he attempted?
The block?
Oh God!
I thought his shoelace was untied. He needed to tie it.
That was a block.
I don't know what it was. I thought he.
No, I think they wanted to just shut Justin can back me up on this one, but I think they just wanted to shut everybody up. It's like something that literally they won't shut up about, the Jaguars fans, and so they're like, Urban Meyer's here. Let's bring him on. Okay, no, he didn't work out because they gave him $0. His contract was like 900 and something thousand, and it was all incentive. He got $0 guaranteed.
Wow. So he paid like 5 G's or something like that. Right?
Nah, he didn't get paid shit.
So Tebow didn't realize you're supposed to fake that injury to get that cash.
He obviously didn't learn anything. In the 10 years he's been gone.
Thou shall not lie.
He didn't learn nothing when he was with the Broncos and the Jets.
He didn't learn nothing.
Or the biggest
he said, what would Jesus do?
Belichick.
Yeah, what would Jesus do? Fake it.
And it's crazy that Griff brought that up because, like, when he had a chance to play tight end and change positions, he didn't want to do it then. He rather go play minor league baseball,
And how did that work out?
Yeah, it got him a job at ESPN. He loved it.
Averages was horrible, and it got him a job. It got him a job as ESPN football college analyst.
He had that job before baseball, but
he also hit a home run. Like, I was shocked to see that he could do that.
I didn't even know that.
He hit one.
he's big balling down there.
Michael, to answer your question, why did they sign Tebow? It was a pure move because of friendship between Urban and Tebow. We let Josh Oliver go, which sucks, which is a tight end now with the Ravens, who we drafted, who I thought could have potential. Watch him go to Baltimore and be great, and we signed a guy.
Y'all, honestly, y'all want a veteran leadership, y'all should have kept Mercedes Lewis.
Absolutely.
If y'all wanted veterans, like a veteran leadership, y'all should have kept Mercedes Lewis.
We should have kept Keenan McCardell as receivers coach too.
True.
I heard Shannon Sharp say this the other morning, right when Tebow got released. Who the hell gonna listen to a third, fourth string tight end in the huddle? Ain't nobody listening to him. He ain't no motivator.
Listen, ESPN was like made a bold prediction that they were going to draft him or keep him on the roster anyway.
Why wouldn't they?
I think it was a business move to sell jerseys. That's it.
And it worked.
Printed money.
And Jacksonville's so stupid because
who bought a Tebow jersey?
Literally everybody.
Every dumbass Gator fan that we have in Jacksonville bought one. Dead ass. I swear to God.
What number was it?
85. And we had Sean Pendergast on the podcast from Houston. He's what does he do? Sports Radio 610.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, there's a conspiracy. I feel like he took number 85 to honor Aaron Hernandez. And he was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. But of course,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's what he did. He wanted to be a tight end, 85 to honor Aaron Hernandez.
Why he didn't do that when he was playing baseball? Could have wore that shit.
He was 85 when he played baseball.
He couldn't think of any baseball murderers to honor.
He was 85 when he played baseball.
Wait a minute. Do we even know if Aaron Hernandez really did it or not?
We don't.
No, he did that shit. He did that shit.
We don't.
He did.
Do we even know if he did it?
They were saying the same. They were saying the same thing about OJ, right?
Isn't suicide murder if you think about it?
It's suicide.
He got convicted. He got convicted.
We're going way too deep in this, okay? Damn you, Jon Ha.
Listen, Aaron Hernandez was a great football player.
Yeah, he was.
No one's going to argue that.
And that's another one I would have chased right there. Keep going.
O.J. Simpson's a great football player too.
Both of them did that shit. Sorry about the French. They both did it.
Did Ray Lewis do it?
Yeah.
I ain't going down that road. I got to pass on that one, boss.
Did Plaxico
Next
Bird
question,
shoot himself?
Mike. Next
Absolutely.
question.
I mean, I'm just curious on like we over here, like everybody did something. I don't know. Did they all do it?
Right.
I guess we'll never know.
Are you asking me as if I was there?
We're not here to judge nobody. I mean,
Absolutely.
It's up to the man himself to judge him. I don't know if anybody's religious, but it's up to everybody else to judge him. I don't know who did what and control the controllables.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Control what I do.
Hey, Mike, real quick. I'm just going to ask a complete side question.
I just want to quick, Harish.
Yeah, go for it, DC. Go for it. Yeah. It's all you, bro.
You know what?
I'm just playing with you.
Okay.
If Aaron Hernandez was here today, he would be with Tampa Bay.
Probably.
No question.
It'd probably be better than Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski.
DC, go for it.
I just wanted to say that Aaron Hernandez was a great football player, but he was heavily gang connected. That I know for a fact.
You think he was heavy gang connected?
He was heavily gang connected, yeah. He was heavily gang connected.
It's hard for me to believe that type of stuff because how are you going to be in a gang but you pay taxes?
man. Rappers do it right. The rappers.
Listen, if you're smart, that's how you do it. Smart.
You pay taxes on what you get your paychecks for, but
that's how
the stuff that's under the table you don't pay taxes on.
That's how you hide the game.
If you paying taxes and you heavily like you on national television every week, then it's kind of hard to be heavily gang connected because they're gonna catch up.
No way. That's the best hiding spot in the spotlight.
In the spotlight.
Didn't they catch up to him though?
What caught up to him?
They all assumed because he had dice on his hands.
And nobody ever said he actually did anything.
I mean, I know. I'm kidding. Nobody really knows.
Was he ever convicted of anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was convicted of the double homicide, right?
Double homicide and manslaughter. Yep.
But did they actually have I mean, I know they had the whole Netflix thing, but it was anything like actually like concrete, or was this easy to say?
I'm going to be honest. After I watched that, I felt really bad for him because that's the problem. Like somebody dies, they do a series on them, and it's just like, okay, let them die with honor. Then you got all these people that used to play.
This Netflix thing felt all exploitive. It didn't. They tried to make it sound like salacious, and none of it really.
Clout chasey.
This America. Why we do that? We love it's America. Why we do that? We love the crazy, grimy
drama.
Michael already said it. He loves it when shit goes into the fire. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's like, yo, your life.
There was
right now. Oh, there's more shit.
And again, it's been a long time since I looked into Aaron Hernandez, but there was a lot of circumstantial evidence against Aaron Hernandez, wasn't there? Like
the gang ties is one of them. The gang ties is
no, but like there was like a lot. Like, wasn't there something with his cell phone in the car and all that? Like, I can't remember everything, but there was a lot of stuff to implicate that he was there when the murders took place.
That don't mean he did it.
Yeah, he got somebody to do it for him because he's a gangbanger.
Listen, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way,
that was wasted talent. That's all that matters.
Hell, like from what I know and what I played against, hell of a football player.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone's arguing.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
Like,
nobody's disagreeing with that.
What you do, whatever you do on your own time is what you do. Whatever, don't know. Rest in peace. He has a young daughter that will probably have to deal with a lot of stuff, and people say stuff or whatever. God rest and pray for her or whatever.
They say the reason why he killed himself was to make sure she was set up, because if he was convicted of that, there was a second one. There was a second one.
Whatever it is, at the end of the day, he has a young one that didn't ask to be put in the situation. And so that being said, from what I know, and I don't cast judgment on anybody, because we all got skeletons in the closet. So for me, hey, hell of a football player. And that's all I ever say. I will only say what I know. And what I know is hell of a football player. And that's all I can ever say about him.
Yep. So. Well, lead us off tonight's episode with a positive note, because that was very depressing. I'm not signing us up on that. Give us something good you got going on. Tell us what you got going on.
Positive note right now is
Elijah Molden.
Samantha is looking for an opportunity with Trevor Lawrence.
Tell me. No.
If you're a Houston Texans fan, you are just on a what if, what's going to happen, I don't know, whatever, don't know. Jacksonville Jaguars fans, good luck. And Colts fans, good luck again, because y'all don't know who your quarterback is going to be for the whole season every week. And for the Tennessee Titans,
Elijah Molden.
Keep doing Elijah Molden, yes. Animal baller.
Michael, you were doing great up until like 10 seconds ago.
Oh,
I would never usually encourage this.
Be honest with you, we're gonna be on the same page next week when our Longhorns.
Hey,
yes, whatever.
I'm going to come find you Saturday morning. Where are y'all setting up at?
Yeah, I'm in South End Zone. Come up there. We'll be up there. Come, you going to?
Oh yeah. I'll be there. Section 3.
Section 3.
Section 3.
Good luck. Wear a mask. It's going to be COVID in the building. But anyways.
And I'll come visit you right after it, too.
No, don't do that shit. I'm trying to stay the hell away. Real talk. Hey, positive note, everybody, man. Just everybody stay safe. hope this football season it gets through. Is it going on or whatever? I pray for injury free. I know you saw Dobbins got hurt today and whatnot for the Ravens.
Yeah,
and nature. But again, it's a blessing to be able to play this football game. It's a blessing to be able to be a fan of this game. It's a blessing to still be alive today, and each and every day is short. So with that being said, I mean, just live life. That's the main thing. Spread love, respect one another, and let's just keep the peace. That's the biggest thing when it comes to just positive words coming from myself.
Well, I would never normally encourage this, but I know that the group will probably want to hear it. Why don't you give the Titans fans a tighten up for them?
Oh, definitely. Tighten up. Always tighten up. I'm always rooting them on.
There you go.
Record it. Why you
tell our Titans commentators to come on the show.
Yeah.
It can't be me and DC all the time.
Come on, man. Like literally, it was like a leap of faith. I seen it on my Twitter. Like, let me go ahead and jump on. Like, I love talking or whatever, if y'all know.
Spread the love for those 08 teams.
Like, when I played, all I did was just say the right things at all times. It was like, literally, if you ever watched my interviews, it was like, say the right things all the time. Like, there was so much stuff I wanted to say. My homeboy told me, he was like, dude, you were never yourself. I was like, dude, you can't be yourself. But like me, when I take that stress is off of me, just to be myself and just say what I want to say or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's a good feeling.
It's a hell of a feeling because I tell you, it was like, hey, at all times, you got to be all about the business. Say the right things at the right time, all the time. That's why I say social media is a mother because
it is.
To see the players now that are vocal, like I wish I was more like the players were today that are just vocal and that are themselves compared to just being.
It's more encouraged, I think, now.
Yeah, I mean, you really see who people are and what they are about and understand who they are. And I think you get
That's generational, too, I feel like.
True. I mean,
It feels like you guys would have gotten a lot more flack for speaking your mind than the guys today would.
Yeah.
We'll jump on you quick. I mean, it was so much I wanted to say, but it was like, hey, just say the right thing and keep it moving. And that was the biggest thing, but it was frustrating. It was stressful. But again, at the same time, you got to count your blessings because a lot of people would love to be in the situation that I'm in. And so, it comes with the gift and the curse, but also always count your blessings. That's the biggest thing. Count your blessings all the time.
Yeah.
And hook them.
What'd you say, Harish?
And hook them. Let's go.
Gotta put that in there for you.
Let's end on a positive. Tighten up. Come on.
Oh, we just gave it to you. I just gave you the positive.
Well, Michael, once again, we thank you so much for coming on, and we hope you come on again soon during the regular season because I would love to do a follow-up to this episode.
Awesome. Most definitely. Make sure it's after a win, not after a loss.
No promises.
Hopefully there's many of those this year, right, Michael?
The Ravens lost the playoffs. That was my first appearance.
Whenever we play Jacksonville or whenever we play whatever, I'm very.
Hey, we're actually having a fan battle meetup for the Jaguars game in Jacksonville. Titans and Jaguars fans. So.
That sounds like somewhere I don't want to go in Jacksonville.
Hey, we're going to Nashville this year for Houston.
I might be more of a I might go to the Chiefs game.
Okay, book it. Harish, write them on the DM on our Twitter account now. We're booking you the week after the Kansas City game.
Sam, your baby's still up?
No. Thank God, she's asleep.
How old is your baby, Sam?
She's 3. Remember? Jaguars, Ravens?
I mean, London, perhaps.
I'm just saying, she was conceived during that game, so she's 3.
That was you for sure.
Uh-huh. Her name's London for that reason.
She don't know.
Maybe not. Who knows?
She don't know. It was a roundabout.
I mean, good thing. I think the next week we played Houston. What was I going to name her? Houston? Or...
Minshew wasn't in the league.
Huh?
So.
No, it was Bortles.
Yeah, Minshew wasn't in the league.
It was Bortles.
So we're not bringing you on after week 3 because that's a guaranteed L, but we're bringing you on after Kansas City. I got you, bro. I'll DM you right now. I got you.
Hey, Kansas City, I'm here, so I can sit there and.
I hope so. I want to eat that plate of crow. Give it to me.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you for tuning in this evening. You can catch all the action live Sunday nights at 9:30. You can catch the episode on all major platforms Wednesday morning. Michael Griffin, thank you again for coming on. You can find him on Twitter at MikeGriff33, and that's where you'll get all the live updates from him. You know, he loves social media, so definitely go on there and retweet him and like his comments and comment and all that. And we thank you once again for tuning in, and we will see you next week. And make sure you check out Michael Griffin the week after Kansas City Titans.
Get those cupcakes.
You heard it here
Last
first.
words. Go to Gigi's.
Bye.
If you're in the Austin area, go to Gigi's.
Cupcake guys right here on the hat right there.
There it is.
Hey.